Downpours across southeast Michigan tonight, but we have got stronger storms that are just around the corner.
Counterfeit cash. Can you tell the difference? The Secret Service says it's going around, and we're going to show you how to spot a phony so it doesn't end up in your pocket.
An accident changed his life forever.
It's not going to be easy. Like, I don't remember how to walk.
But Shawn English won't let that stop him from chasing his dream.
Smiling, just thinking about it right now, so it's really cool.
And along the way, he found something that brought his family to tears. Part 2 of our Local 4 exclusive tonight.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Glad you're with us. We've got to begin tonight with a weather threat that packs a 1-2 punch.
Tonight's brief downpours and lightning are moving on, but the trouble returns for the morning commute and maybe then some.
Start things off with Ben tonight, who's tracking the timing here. Ben?
Yeah, it could be a 1, 2, 3, 4 plus punch tomorrow because those thunderstorms look like they'll be coming in multiple rounds. First things first tonight, even though these storms not severe, remember severe storms only deal with wind speeds, hail and damage. These have some intense downpours and definitely a lot of lightning, so they still could be harmful. You want to stay inside and stay away from these storms, but they are dropping some rainfall as they move through. Tomorrow, the severe risk increases to what we call a slight risk. It's category 2 in the scale, and that's mainly for what we're expecting in the nighttime hours, but we are going to see multiple rounds, and the strongest ones will be late, possibly overnight. Threats, all of them, everything from winds to possibly an isolated tornado. And the location, it's tough to pin down. Everybody's under the gun. We'll talk more about timing coming up in just a few minutes. Devin?
Get your updated forecast with Local 4 News today starting at 4:30 a.m. Weather and traffic updates every 10 minutes on the 4s.
And don't forget, you can take the forecast to go with the free Local Forecasters app. It comes with radar, weather alerts, and videos. Just search WDIV in your app store.
All right, more than 100 Iraqi nationals in Metro Detroit will get to stay in the U.S. while the orders to deport them are being reviewed by the courts. Tonight, U.S. District Judge Mark Goldsmith ruled federal courts have jurisdiction in the case involving 1,400 Iraqis across the country. Jermont Terry is following the story for us tonight, and these families, Jermont, have been in a tug of war through this entire process.
They have, Devin, and that opinion from the federal court gives so many of these families hope. Now, they are hoping that justice comes for them in this courthouse behind me.
Hi. I miss you.
This is the only way Liliana Bruchers, along with her sister and little brother, can talk to Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Random phone calls in federal custody.
It's like all the emotion, all the love is being ripped out of you.
Their father, Haydar Bruchers, is one of more than 100 Iraqi immigrants picked up and detained by ICE, facing deportation back to Iraq under new federal enforcement.
Sometimes I feel like I'd rather not be able to speak to him because that I don't know when I'm going to see him again.
Liliana prays she will get the chance to see her father again because she knows if he's deported, what that means.
He will get killed. I'm not even going to be, I know it's morbid, but he will. He'll die.
Her father was convicted for dealing drugs back in 1998 and since then has lived a productive life.
We've been fighting for them and we've been telling them that we won't stop.
Nadine Kalasho is an attorney who joined the ACLU to get the federal judge to hear the individual cases of those detained. That judge decided he will at least listen. And as these volunteers look over the judge's opinion and make sure the more than 100 detained gets proper representation, their attorneys will come here to downtown to the courthouse and try to get their stay extended beyond July 24th.
To ask for maybe even more time so that all these individuals will have the opportunity to be heard.
Why? Do you not see the people that are hurting?
Now, the attorneys will come before the judge on Thursday, and again, there's no guarantee that that judge will extend that stay beyond July 24th, but the attorneys and also the families of those detained are very optimistic. They believe this is a step forward. Reporting live tonight, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
Hey, Jermont, well, it's hard to tell just by looking at this, but if you know what to look for, you can spot counterfeit cash. The Secret Service is on the move tonight after funny money is being passed at businesses along the Woodward corridor in the city. We're talking 20s, 50s, and hundreds. Mara McDonald with some advice from the Secret Service.
For starters, you know those pens you see small business owners using to check bills? They say they don't really work. Instead, they recommend something like this. $30 UV light. It'll tell the tale.
This UV light is, pardon the pun, very illuminating. Real money will have a security thread that illuminates in different colors and locations depending on the bill.
There's been a rash of counterfeit currency passing in the entire Detroit metro area.
But the Woodward corridor has been especially hard hit over the last several weeks. Secret Service says not a shock. The two biggest times of the year for phony bills are Christmas and back to school. And the vast majority of the time, the people passing it know exactly what they're doing.
So do you need to start worrying about what's in your wallet?
There's no worry about this currency getting into the general population or the general public. Usually it's caught at the bank, they catch it, it's set aside, and it eventually makes its way to the Secret Service.
You're not the target. Small independent businesses are. Which is why Midtown is a target.
I live here. We've been open for about 2 months now. I think I've aged about 20 years.
Hasbazi spends his days perfecting the yumminess coming out of his restaurant, Royale with Cheese. His Midtown location is prime, and phony bills floating around are not funny money to him and his other small business owners.
It hurts, as a business owner, I know how difficult it is every day, just, opening your doors and just trying to make ends meet.
Here you can clearly see how that UV light works, but if you're curious about what is in your wallet, you don't want to buy the light. Secret Service says these are some things to think about. Number one, the feel of these bills. U.S. currency feels a specific way. Number two, the watermark is something that you actually have to hold to the light to see. It's not printed on here. And three, take a look at this. You can see our currency has ink that changes and shimmers in color. If bills don't have that, they're not real. We're downtown. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Okay, Mara, we do have some breaking news to pass along to you this evening surrounding that Marine plane crash in Mississippi that killed 16 service members. The Detroit Free Press is reporting that one of those killed was a 31-year-old Marine from Detroit. His family lives on the east side and were notified early this morning. The cause of that crash remains under investigation.
Bad blood between neighbors ends with gunfire in southwest Detroit. One neighbor was putting up a wooden fence, and the man next door apparently wasn't happy about it, saying it was too close to the property line. Well, police say this afternoon the upset neighbor shot the man in the thigh as he worked on the fence. The victim is expected to survive, but that other neighbor is in police custody tonight.
It's one of the most read stories on clickondetroit.com. 86 pounds of heroin found in a Novi apartment with a street value of $3 million. The feds made the bust yesterday, finding 3 men inside the home with the heroin in plain sight. They've been arrested. Investigators believe they've stopped a major supply line.
If Rick Wershey wins his long-fought battle for freedom on Friday, it could be short-lived. Michigan's parole board, as you know, is going to decide whether he should be released, currently serving time for drug crimes and car thefts committed as a teenager. But he could then go directly to prison in Florida, where he committed crimes while in custody. 11 years ago, he pleaded guilty to racketeering and conspiracy for his involvement in a stolen car ring in Florida while he was behind bars here. Wershey was sentenced to 5 years in that case. He's received credit for time served, but still owes 22 months to the state of Florida. His attorney, though, plans to ask the state to count his time served here toward the time owed in Florida.
Former MSU and USA Gymnastics Dr. Larry Nassar pleaded guilty today to possessing child porn. In federal court, Nassar admitted he tried to get rid of evidence while the feds were investigating separate allegations that he sexually assaulted young gymnasts. However, he maintains his innocence in the abuse cases. Nassar's lawyers plan to take those to trial.
Well, now the waiting game begins for Selfridge Air National Guard Base in Macomb County. Will the Department of Defense choose the base as its home for its F-35 fighter jets? Today, top brass from the Air Force toured Selfridge. Selfridge is one of 5 bases in the running. The final decision is expected to come in the fall, and it's a big one.
A huge one.
It sure is. Sometimes it pays to procrastinate. Tonight, experts reveal the best date to book your late summer vacation.
Plus, it looks like a dramatic movie scene, but the only cameras rolling are police body cams.
I have rights. I'm an American.
You'll see what got Hollywood star Shia LaBeouf arrested this weekend.
I'm definitely going to be competing in 5Ks down the line.
He was a track star, a sports fanatic with hopes of running in college. But when his life was changed in an instant, those dreams seemed out of reach. Coming up, Shawn English gets a second chance to do what he loves.
I mean, optimistic, that's the only way to approach it.
A devastating crash on I-96. This 16-year-old lost part of his leg, trying to help save others. Once a track star, he thought his love of playing sports was taken away from him.
So, yeah, right now we're in the recovery process.
Until now.
He hasn't reached his limit yet.
Tonight, we continue along with the incredible journey of Shawn English. He traveled to Chicago's Shriners Hospital for his first fitting for a prosthetic leg.
But what started as a routine doctor's visit ended with a surprise encounter, renewing Shawn's determination that he will do the things he loves once again.
I am running. The goal is to at least compete in one race my senior year of track.
He said to me he wanted to run again, track. I guarantee you I want to be there that day he takes his first step running on track. I think it'll be so amazing to see his dream that he can get back on the track and run.
I would like to do a bunch of road races, marathons, you name it. Anything running, I'm going to stay doing it.
I've coached basketball in the Detroit area for 38 years. Growing up, he was a gym rat. He used to come to me for practices. After I would work out with my team, I'd work with him.
Like when we were running, we'd run together.
I know he's old and stuff like that. He can still catch up.
So while we're here, part of the facility had a basketball court with wheelchairs. He was drawn to it, like a flight of sugar.
Awesome. I'd love to play wheelchair basketball. I don't really know how to play that well. So.
Well, they all just learned on yesterday, Thursday. So if you wanted to, we could swap out one of the sport chairs if you wanted to try it.
Sure,
Okay.
I'd love to.
It's pre-warmed up for you. It just got fit. And you're shooting at the far basket.
Going that way?
Okay.
Am I passing it in?
Yep. All right.
He doesn't ask, what can't I do? It's what can I do?
I got over.
Am I in your way?
He definitely enjoyed himself today.
Good call. A harder in the chair. My bad, that was a bad pass.
The world is his. He defines his limits.
So that's what, 1 for 12?
Better than Christmas presents under the tree when we see that smile on that child's face.
Elated. Elated. Great trip, great people. To see that smile on his face. Yeah. Worth the sleepless nights the last 2 months. So, elated.
And then a few days after the trip, Shawn posted this picture on his Instagram page saying, in case you were wondering what pure joy looks like.
And wasn't he just beaming with joy? I just am in love with his whole attitude and outlook on life, and I can't wait to see him run again.
Still such a mind-boggling series of events that got us to this point.
That's
but amazing the way he's responding to it.
The tragedy does not define him.
So right.
That's great. All right, here's a look at what Dr. Frank McGeorge is working on for tomorrow night.
I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Parents worry about concussions, broken bones, and sprains when their kids play sports, but something else is sending children to the emergency room.
I would have never guessed this type of injury.
What happened to her son on the baseball diamond kept him out of the game for weeks.
We were, on the inside, very panicked.
It could have been much worse. Baseball, soccer, swimming, this serious injury can happen in a lot of sports. The one thing you can do to keep your kids safe in the game tomorrow at 11.
Well, we started this newscast with Ben because we got a little bit of trouble coming, maybe.
Yeah, you've been busy tracking this stuff.
Yeah, and it's getting a little bit harder to sort of nail down, kind of like putting Jello on a wall.
You're the best Jello nailer I know.
A lot of practice at it. We will be talking more about that timing because it looks more fluid, as to say the least. Let's start out with temperatures, though, tonight that don't look too bad when you're just looking at the mercury, mid to upper 70s, but you start factoring in dew points, which are very close to those numbers. This is incredibly humid air. We're doing our best Florida impression here for about the next 36 hours plus. It is incredibly humid, and also because of that, that's why we've seen those thunderstorms just keep regenerating over and over. Very unstable atmosphere, so it doesn't take much to just sneeze and scare up a storm out there, and that's what we've got going tonight. Some downpours, especially coming out of Oakland County towards Macomb County, which of course you got those earlier today, and it looks like a little bit more tonight. We're also watching more thunderstorms on the west side of Chicago right now. These are a little bit more intense, a little bit more organized. That could be our first round come tomorrow. But our storm pins tonight come to us from Windsor. This is shooting back towards Michigan. That's the lightning and the clouds that are illuminating things over there. So appreciate that shot. And don't forget, if you don't have storm pins on your phone, download it, because we definitely want to see what's going on in your neighborhood when these storms start rolling in tomorrow. The impacts are pretty much all of them, although wind does look like it's going to be the primary threat. Definitely going to see a lot of lightning. Flooding is also a concern because depending on where these thunderstorms form and die out, we could see multiple storms over the same areas, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Hail and even a tornado not out of the question, especially with these late storms, and the timing of that is not good because it looks like some of the strongest stuff could be coming while we're sleeping tomorrow night. So the thunderstorms that we got out there tonight are not severe. They'll be fading as we head towards tomorrow morning. I'm showing you the latest run of the model. Every one has really been different with the timing. None of the models seem to be able to really latch on to what's going on out there. So the best guess is we're going to see multiple rounds of thunderstorms. Again, timing these is going to be very difficult, especially as we get into the afternoon hours tomorrow. But it does look like we'll have a little bit better dynamics by the evening. So anything that does start popping up past about 6, 7 o'clock, that's when we start really getting concerned that some of those could be severe, especially with some of these overnight thunderstorms that are coming through. This model run doesn't show as impressive as those thunderstorms as what we were seeing in the past, but we'll have to keep an eye out on what's going on in the morning. And then, of course, on Thursday, more storms, but the severe threat should go away after daybreak on Thursday. 70 tonight, very muggy. High temperatures tomorrow are going to be close to 90 degrees. You start adding in the humidity with that, we're talking heat index readings anywhere between the mid and possibly even upper 90s in some cases. But the mercury is going to touch 90 degrees here in our south zone and maybe in a couple spots in our west zone as well. North zone temperatures tomorrow slightly cooler, but don't feel much better with that humidity running so high. Finally, some dry conditions as we get towards the end of the week. So don't forget, NOAA weather radios tonight for tomorrow. Make sure they're powered up, get those batteries, and make sure you got our local forecasters app on your phone.
It's the kind of nights they were built for, really.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, Sean.
Border rescue, how a woman ended up stuck and dangling from a fence between the United States and Mexico.
Also up to no good in a Metro Detroit neighborhood. That's a vandal kicking the door of a home. That's not all these guys did. The video police want you to see next.